Well done. If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. So we have a game, Sorry, which I have not actually had on this program before. Then we have a clue, and then we have something really special from Disney Pixar movie Coco. It is an interactive guitar. So let's check out Sorry. When I talk about the games I always buy for parts, it's Monopoly, it's Life, uh, and Sorry is one of the ones that I always pick up. But I haven't been able to get one for a long time. So I finally grabbed one, and it's good because I looked the other day and I'm completely out of parts for this game. So like all the other games that I pick up for parts, there's at least two components I can sell. Sorry has cards, which are different year to year all the time, not the cards themselves, but the backs. Then the tokens or pawns. There's only three of each in here. Did they change? I haven't gotten a newer one. Maybe they don't. Okay, well, we weren't going to sell this as a complete game anyways, so the board is ripped in half. But get mad at resellers for buying stuff, right? 12 tokens. Okay, so at some point, Sorry went from a 16 count to a 12. 45 cards, 2 power-ups, which is new. They added this, I don't know what year this is, but let's see. I do like that this was $1.99 at some thrift shop, and then they dropped it off at Goodwill, and Goodwill decided it was $4. But then I got it on sale for $1. Yeah, $1 actually. Yeah, because it was there a bit longer than usual. Anyways, 45 cards. What we should have. So it's classically it's 4 of each, except it's missing like 2 different numbers. I forget because I haven't had these in so long. It's got 6. I want to say 6 and 9, maybe. I don't know why, but it does. I'm not sure I've even actually played this game. Someday, I will play board games with my kids when they're old enough, but they're 4 and 6. So the 6-year-old's reading, but being able to read and then actually being able to play something is different. And the games that they could play, like Chutes and Ladders and Candyland and stuff, aren't worth anything. So we'll play them at home, but I'm not going to bother to pick them up to resell because they would just never sell. All right. 12. So there's 4 of each number. Then the 4 Sorry cards. We skip 9, 8, 7. We skip 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we get all our cards for a set of cards. We have all our tokens for a set of tokens. This is a 3-player game now, or a 4-player game. Yeah, so the dynamic changed. Why is that? I think you used all 4 and you had to move them along. So maybe it makes it a shorter game. And this has a fire and ice variant, and I don't have the instructions to tell you what that means. So I'm going to look up these Sorry tokens because I haven't done this in a while. I want to say everything's probably going to be $8. It could be 9. It could surprise me. I haven't sold out of stuff in a long time like this. So we'll look up sorry cards. So it looks like we have 2013. And onward, 2020 is the same. So we'll narrow it down with 2013, I guess. So we've got 56. And then there's the fire and ice thing. I guess I'll include that with the tokens. Yeah, so 72 had the 16 count. Alright, so anyways, we got 56 results. Did my computer seriously freeze over this? No matches, that's odd. Because it's the exact same game cards as every other one. May be confused by the year. We'll just keep sorry cards. Oh, what complete? And that'll kind of narrow it down a bit. Yeah, so the search function's having a hard time with this. There's no way these don't sell. I've sold them for years. It might be that the exclamation point is the problem. Okay, for some reason the exclamation point was the problem. So yeah, that's what, 78? Yeah, it's a 25% sell-through rate. I was about to say there's no way nobody buys these anymore. So this guy's doing the pawns and the cards. That's not a bad idea. You don't get 2 listings out of it, but you do make more money because you're not sending 2 different things. So this is the entire set for 10. Wow. I don't understand why these are so expensive. But again, so I've always bought this, but I can't get them anymore because they always sell before I can wait for them to drop below that threshold. Because I can't spend more than $3 on them, or else I would run the risk of losing any money I was going to make on it. So retro, sorry. Yeah, wow. These cards go for a lot. So now this is good because now I know I can just buy the game. I don't have to worry about it being on sale. If I can get $13 for these cards every time, I'm just going to pick them all up next time I see one. I've been waiting for them to drop down. There's another one for 12. So this is actually going to change how I approach things. So tomorrow, I guess I'm going to have to go and see if there's any more of these kicking around, or we're going to keep doing this. Then just, the problem with having 1,000 items for sale and having, I sell stuff every day. I don't necessarily notice if I sold all of something. I notice if I don't bring any in. But sometimes I go through my stuff and I have 5 of something. This time I went through my stuff and I realized I didn't have any of this. So yeah. So we're going to look at sale price. We know now. That guy's doing 16 for cards and tokens. Let's see if we can find the exact cards. I don't know if it matters. The most commonly sold ones were the ones we have. Putting complete is putting board games in too. So sorry cards. Alright, so $10. These are just like individual cards. One card, your choice, for $1.50, which actually makes sense because you can send that in an envelope. So you make $1. Not really a bad idea, honestly. Fire and ice things. The replacement fire and ice discs. And they have a whole bunch of them. They're selling them for $1.59. Oh, like a whole sorry economy. I did not realize. Yeah, so cheapest I saw was 10. So we're gonna do 9. And then we got the pawns. And I realized I moved the camera off before I actually did this, but whatever. So it's the 12 count now. Pawns, 12. So 2013. 2003 also. No, 2003 was the full 4. Huh. And they're doing 10 on that. 190 for sale. 3 sold. And again, so the search just isn't doing well for sorry. So fire and ice, 850. Missing ones. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna do 9 and we'll do 8 for the pawns with the fire and ice. Oh, oops, I didn't fill that in. So this was $1. Tar was 6. We spent 8 on these 3 items. And sorry got us back 6. Alright, so let's check out this newer clue. Newer clue. This one changes a bit. The pawns change. Weapons cosmetically sometimes change. Oh, it's totally different, isn't it? Oh, they changed the locations in this one. This is weird. Oh, so it's like a carnival now? I don't know if I like that. Alright, so what do we got now? Jet ski rental, Ferris wheel, beach house, arcade, surf shop. So there's only 6 locations now. So it used to be 9. Is this some kind of offshoot? I don't know. Never picked one up. The second crime scene is the board double-sided? Oh, the board's double-sided. You can just play as an alternate area. So they have changed these a little bit. Game room instead of billiard room. Whatever. Alright. But all we really want are the cards, the tokens, and the weapons. Nothing else really matters. I have a lot of the cards. And this may change how I purchase these as well, because I need 2 items to sell. And we got our 6 pods or tokens. We have our 6 weapons with the plastic rope. And it says like the old style pepper box gun. That's odd. So you can sell this as any iteration you want, I guess. But the cards are going to be weird because now they have alternate locations. Didn't know that. What year? 2013. Let's just dig into this before I even list it as anything. Clue 2013. 1,000 listings. That's going to be for a lot of different clue stuff. 118. So we have all this here for 10. I'm just looking for the cards. Pipe as a card. weapons and dice. So I don't know why you'd bother including the dice. They're no different than any other game dice. So not a robust parts market on this. At least not for the cards. We will look at just cards now. So 177, 11 sold. And these aren't cards, these are not correct. Yeah, I think we'll just do the... Not gonna make me a lot, but I think we'll just do the weapons and pawns together like this listing. That looks like 10, 11, so we'll just do 10. Well, I got it for $2. That's not terrible. But while I'm thinking of it, we'll look and see what we have going on with Clue. Alright, so I have some sets. I have cards. Yeah, so I have a few full sets of this that haven't moved with the cards. But my weapons by themselves are moving. I'm out. So I wouldn't bother reducing price because that's what I would sell it at anyways, except maybe this one over here. I don't know how long it's been sitting there though, so I'm not really sweating it. But yeah, I'm not going to bother listing cards anymore. I'm just going to list the weapons because I've sold out of all of them with the tokens here. And we'll do 10 for all of that. So that seems to be the way to go. No, we'll do 9. Screw it. There. Alright, let's check out this Coco guitar. Guitar. I can't really fit it very well into this setup here. I can tilt. Try that. Yeah, whatever. This is from the movie Coco. This was in Goodwill in the hand-picked section, but they didn't price it as a hand-pick because I don't think they understood what it was. I think they just saw that it was in good shape. I noticed this emblem. My kids watched the movie, and I don't think they really cared about it necessarily because I don't recall them watching it again. But I recognized it, and this plays into supply and demand really well. And here's why. When you think about stuff like this, so first of all, media, a movie comes out, nowadays not everybody rushes to see it in the theaters. It's going to be more popular on your streaming platforms. As such, your audience for things like this is smaller than it would be traditionally. This movie came out 2017. Nobody maybe really cared about it for a couple of years. Now it's around, now it has a growing fan base, but you already released all your product. You're not going to make more Coco stuff. Now, something like this, a figure's one thing. This was probably like $25 or $30 when it was released. So you'd have to have a kid that was really into this for you to buy it. What happened, I'm guessing, is that this item was released, they sold some, they went into clearance, they sold some more, and then they were gone. Now, this fetches a really handsome price. And we're going to turn it on. It's a really cool toy, actually. So you change, you got like bass, basically, and then more strumming guitar, and you can skeleton see, but his mouth moves. I don't know if that's in the movie or not, but So it works really well. So you got what? Open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 note combinations, I guess. I don't know if that's a whole scale. I'm not a musician. But you can do stuff with it. It's not just a stupid toy. It lights up. There's two modes to it, and I don't know what those are. There's like an on. But it works. The only thing it's missing, as far as I can tell, is the strap. But as you're going to see in a second here, we're going to do okay with this. We're going to do just fine. Coco guitar, interactive guitar. Brand new, $70 to $80. Ours is pre-owned. Pre-owned with the strap. Which a lot of people do not have the strap, as it turns out. We're down into like 60. So what are we going to get for this without a strap? $9.57 for sale. 238 sold. Now that's some other Coco stuff, but either way, it is moving. So we have one without the strap for $40 with bids. Now a lot of times when you see bids, there's not really any. So the fact that there were 5 bids means that people were looking for this actively. We have a Coco strap if you wanted one. So these are new in box. Got another pre-owned with the strap, $40. We got a pre-owned without, 26. I'm not going to let it go for that. So we're up in the 30s. So, and then some of these are actually like legitimate acoustics, I think. At least that one looks different. It could just be that the picture's odd, but... Oh, it's a popcorn bucket. Never mind. Sure. We got the weird popcorn buckets. I wouldn't think it would be a guitar, but... Yeah, we're into the $40 range on this. So we got to charge for shipping because it's long. Now, let's see if we can get measurements on it, because I just shipped something today and I knocked $7 off shipping by trimming a box down by 1 inch. So my brain is kind of geared towards this at the moment. The thing is, it's 26 inches long, and that's going to incur a pretty big penalty on shipping. 26 by 10 by 3. But I'm going to charge for shipping. And we have to think about, this is never going to be made again. I don't want to hang on to it forever, but if the movie continues to be popular, like, but not so popular they release a second one with more merchandise, I can do pretty well. So I'm thinking 30 in shipping is going to be the way to go. And I don't think it's going to stick around too long. But, and you know, the sell-through is really good for something that was mass-produced like this. Hopefully the movie is growing, but like I said, if they put out a Coco 2 and there's another guitar, that could be a problem. Hopefully the story revolves around a different guitar, maybe. But yeah, so it was a good pickup for $5. Absolutely could not mess with that. And it worked in the store. The batteries were in it, so I knew I was taking no chance whatsoever. So yeah, not a bad haul. Learned a little bit about board games. Found something unique. And yeah, if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.